Believe it or not, there is an entire sector of cryptocurrencies with tremendous potential that you've never heard of. Now, I know I sound like a crazy person who's like, this one random altcoin can do a 1000x, and of course it crashes and burns to zero. But this time, I'm actually being serious. And I have the data. I'm going to show you the data. I don't know why no one else is talking about this, but let's not waste any more time and let's jump right in. Now, before we dive into all the numbers and all the data, I have to preface this by saying none of this is financial advice, and I'm just a random guy on the internet. Now, the sector I am talking about is called Base ecosystem. I'm sure you've heard of it, but if not, Base is the blockchain launched by Coinbase. It's similar to BNB and Binance. However, Base is an L2 on Ethereum. It helps process Ethereum transactions. Now, if we take a look at the top inflows to all blockchains over the last month, we can see that Base is number 3. Now, inflows means how much money or how much liquidity has flowed into these blockchains. If we take a look at top outflows, which is how much money was transferred away from the certain blockchain, Base is number 5. Now, this is important because this rightmost is top net flows, which is how much money has flowed in total. So top inflows minus top outflows. And you'll see that there is a blockchain that has had the most liquidity flowed in over the last month by a wide margin. Way more than Solana and way more than Sui, which I'm not a fan of, but that's irrelevant. Base has had an inflow over the last month of $1.4 billion and an outflow of roughly $400 million. So a total net flow of $1 billion approximately over the last month, just 1 month. And it doesn't matter what you set these time periods to. This is always the case. Always the case since nearly the beginning. No matter what metric you're looking at, when you compare data across chains, the same pattern always seems to emerge. Base is outperforming every single blockchain, including Solana. Users on Base have deposited $4 billion into applications. That figure was about $300 million at the beginning of the year. As you can see, very beginning here, it was much, much smaller, and it has just gone up. Look at how crazy this is going. If we take a look at DEXs, which are decentralized exchanges, weekly DEX trading volume on Base, we can see data from the start of the year, and this has done over a 100x. DEX volumes have done over a 100x on Base since the start of the year. And just so you're clear, you have to keep in mind, volume is directly linked to value. So these are absolutely crazy, crazy numbers. If we take a look at the speeds of the blockchains, you'll notice that the number one fastest blockchain from the Ethereum ecosystem is Base, which is processing 97 transactions per second and has hit a maximum of 293 transactions per second. So if you're also looking at what is the fastest way to process Ethereum transactions, you want to head to Base. Let me tell you why this is so important and presents such an amazing opportunity. You want to be where the activity is. You want to follow the activity because money follows activity. So if you follow the activity, money will follow you. And here's the other thing. Base does not have its own native cryptocurrency. This is different than, say, Solana, because if you believe in Solana, you love the blockchain, and you want to invest in Solana, you can do so by buying Solana. If you want to support the Base blockchain, if you believe in Base and you want to invest in Base, there is no Base coin you can buy. Instead, the way you invest in Base is by investing in its top altcoins. So the important thing to do now is to identify the best top altcoins on Base And then you know, okay, when everyone recognizes that Base is the central hub of liquidity right now, it is where many new users are joining, and it's where lots of liquidity is flowing to. When that realization happens and Base ecosystem starts really taking off, you will have gotten there early and invested in altcoins early, and you could potentially have tremendous upside potential. Now, before we jump into the altcoins, I have to remind you something very, very important. No one else gives you such good information like Crypto Nerd does. So do me a favor, give me a like on the video, give me a subscribe, and make sure to join the Discord, follow me on Twitter. Anyway, let's jump in to these top altcoins. Now, the first altcoin that we're going to be looking at, possibly my favorite, either first or second favorite this cycle, is going to be Aerodrome Finance, or Aero. This is a DEX on Base, which means that it is a decentralized exchange that can process swaps and other transactions in a decentralized manner on the Base ecosystem. Aerodrome is arguably the face of Base. It rhymes for a reason. The market cap is 1.5 billion, and the fully diluted valuation is almost 3 billion. That gives it a market cap over FDV of 0.51. And generally, I like to avoid anything really under 0.7. But in this case, this is such an amazing opportunity. I think this is one of the few rare exceptions. So with a FDV of almost 3 billion, this puts it at a mid cap. And I absolutely think that 5x to 10x is totally realistic. I would not be surprised at all if this does a 10x from current price. Not at all. Not surprised at all. I'm kind of expecting that. That's what I'm hoping for. So this is one of my favorite coins of Base. And there's something else I have to show you. When we compare different decentralized exchanges and take a look at the revenue that they're generating, you'll see one of these DEXs outperforms every other by a very significant margin. And if you take a look down here, look at that. It's Aero. Aero is processing. Aero has made $134 million of revenue in the last 6 months. This is just incredible. And I haven't even looked at these other time frames. Why don't we take a look really quick? Okay, 90 days. Again, Aero, number one. How about the last month? Let's see. Yep, again, in the last 30 days, Aero. So again, similar to Base, no matter what time scale you're looking at, Aero is just doing the best out of any of these other DEXs. And that's even like looking at something like Uniswap. And Uniswap has access to many different blockchains. So, again, follow the revenue, follow the money, and the money will come to you. Follow the activity. You can see that this is processing so much. This is where the liquidity is, so this is where you should be. So this is my number one pick right now, or number one or number two. But this is also, Aero is the largest market cap coin on Base. That's another thing to note. But yeah, this is really awesome. It's very hard not to pick up this coin. Let's look at the second coin that we're going to be talking about. The second coin we're going to be talking about is MOG. Now, this is a meme coin. It doesn't do anything, but this may be, as of a few days ago, my new favorite coin for this cycle. I'm not sure yet, though. MOG has a market cap of 1.4 bill and a fully diluted valuation of 1.4, which gives it a market cap over FDV of 1.0. And that is absolutely ideal. That is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. With an FDV of 1.4 bill being the biggest meme coin almost on Base, and I'm going to explain later why I think this is my favorite, I think a 10x would be underperformance, just straight up. I am really, really hoping for at least a market cap of, 20 bill to 30 bill. That would be like the dream. That would be awesome. So that's what I'm hoping for. And yeah, just to show you, yes, this is available on Base. However, when examining meme coins, you always have to look at distribution. And even if it's not a meme coin, you should still look at distribution. So why don't we take a look at that? This is MOG's bubble map. And you will notice that this is just extremely healthy. I mean, looking at this as someone who, like, you know, has seen different coins, like, it's so nice when you see a bubble map like this, when it's like, finally, very, like, extremely healthy distribution. Check this out. The very biggest cluster has only 5.1% of their circulating supply. And the actual wallet has only 2.6%. And by the way, that's an exchange. That's Bybit. So this is so distributed. It is just like that one of the healthiest, probably one of the healthiest meme coins in the entire space right now. So it is, yeah. And these wallets, okay, these are big wallets. One of them is crypto.com. This one is someone's wallet, but it's only 2.8% of the supply. And this just happens. So yeah, this is a really, really great sign. You're not going to get selling pressure from, you know, one investor who has just a ton of the supply who's going to be dumping on you. This is just awesome. Really, really good to see. I know some people prefer to have it visualized in a pie chart, so I pulled it up on Etherscan as well, and it is just looking awesome. Look at this, guys. Top 100 holders collectively own, I mean, under 70%. This is just amazing. Yeah. And by the way, all the top ones are like exchanges. So this is just as good as it gets. This means MOG has very little selling pressure. It is part of a great ecosystem. And there's another amazing thing. It doesn't even stop here. Check this out. MOG was also just listed on Coinbase. I mean, this is as good as it gets, guys. Coinbase is the biggest centralized exchange in the USA. If it's listed on Coinbase, it does well. That's the simple way of putting it. It is a lot of people use Coinbase. They don't know about other exchanges. They don't know about decentralized exchanges. So if it's on Coinbase, they can buy it. If it's not on Coinbase, they're like, oh well, I guess I can't buy it. So now that it's on Coinbase, it is so accessible to the American consumer market. This is something that you definitely want to see. Like, yeah, this is just really, really fantastic. Base is looking like a really, really positive sector with incredible upside potential. And there are two coins that really, really stand out. Aerodrome, which seems to be the best DEX in the whole space right now, and MOG, which is just looking like a powerhouse, a beast of a meme coin. A lot of people like to clown on meme coins and say, oh, they're crap, oh, they always go to zero. But that's because they have problems. There's major pitfalls that people don't know how to avoid. And MOG is like the healthiest of healthiest coins. So I do one-on-one calls on my website, so make sure to check that out if that sounds interesting to you. Make sure to join our Discord, and I have a deal with the exchange Gemini that if you use the link in the description, you get $10 free deposited right into your account if you trade $100 or more. So do that, guys. It takes a few minutes. You make $10, and it supports the channel. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe.